to get inside and his elevation. And Marquis can shoot at any angle as well.
Morehead head coach Donnie Tyndall, he's a veteran, the 12th coach in Morehead State basketball history, his 3rd season with the Morehead program. And he's been around the block, Robin, former assistant coach at Middle Tennessee State up in Murfreesboro, Idaho, assistant at LSU for 4 years.
Well, this team is capable of winning on the road. They have won at Tech. They've won at SEMO this year. At Austin Peay, very, very tough to do that. And, of course, also in conference play, those games that they have been able to win on the road. So they're 3-5 in conference play on the road. Their schedule that started out the season played Vanderbilt, played Louisville, and played Louisville fairly well, not that well. But we're also able to go out and play Illinois State, James Madison, some of the non-conference games that they have seen so far this season.
Tennessee Martin will come out again, their usual starting 5, Rydalwall, Hay, Weddle, Lane, and Lester Hudson, 26 points a game.
The Eagles lead in the series 22-12. That could be changing, and UTM would love to see that. Russell able to get the tip. Why didn't you shoot, man?
Why did I shoot?
Yeah.
I was afraid a terrible foul from behind me was going to blind me. Matter of fact, I may have wrote a little ink on that basketball, so this game could be tarnished from the get-go.
Ink spot?
It's ruined.
Ball.
Nice give and go. Hay can't hang on. Saves it. Nope. He couldn't save it in time. Let's get so loud in here, Robin. I didn't even hear the whistle.
No, he really didn't. That's rare. Rare for this place.
Morehead State will work in the front court. This is Shingles, who will leave it to Harper. Harper averaging 10 a game. A sophomore guard. Off a high screen from Buchanan, takes it left. Waits for the defender to go by, and the shot no good. Rebound, though, taken by Shingles. They'll try it again along the baseline. Block and a foul. Hay and Rydalwall were both there.
They'll get Hay with body foul. Elijah Day able to get up, but he did get some body even though he's going straight up. Rydalwall blocked him from behind. Buchanan, leading scorer on this team, 15 points per game, 6.5 rebound average.
81% from the line, misses on the first. He won the Player of the Week last week, the OVC Player of the Week.
Averaged 28 points a game last week.
Someone other than Hudson winning the award, that's a shocker.
That's true.
Missing on both, missing of Lester, he gets the rebound. Weddle will fire early, rolling off. Hay had it for a moment, but clearing there is Shingles. Shingles, one of the smallest guys on the floor, and looks to be one of the quickest as well. Knocked away. I think Lane got a hand on that one.
A great leaping ability, too, because he went right up with Hay. A lot of times that's what you see with the smaller guys. They have great leaping ability. Hudson, we've seen that from him.
Well, we're scoreless, about a minute gone by. They work it to Fareed. He'll take it up and miss it. And Hudson on the board. Lane back to Lester. Off the screen. And the turn, and there's Rydalwall. Can he get the follow? He'll try it at the line.
Both teams really filling each other out thus far. It's the toughest way to get up and down the floor. A lot of fouling, a lot of contact inside.
This guy gets overlooked, Robin. That's DeGero. I think he's going to play a key factor if he can stay out of foul trouble.
You're exactly right.
He'll play key today. The foul, by the way, went on Shingles, his first. And DeGero from the stripe this year, only 58% from the Netherlands.
Everybody a little fired up for this game. I think overhyped, maybe well, not overhyped, but overfired up, a little too fired up.
UT Martin had a relatively easy time winning over Eastern Kentucky. Morehead not so up at Murray.
Yeah, I think easy time is the correct way of putting it. I always told people through the weekend that they just absolutely destroyed them. and to me, they did. I mean, they just willed exactly what was going to happen in that game.
The early lead for Tennessee Martin. Here's Fareed. Leaves it for Buchanan, and a foul. I think a floor foul going to be called.
Weddle.
Yeah.
Weddle reached instead of moving his feet. You see it inside. Marquis didn't get a really good shot at it, but as he was flying by, Marquis just reached over there and swapped at him. Or swatted at him, I should say.
Shingles will reset the offense. A minute and a half in. 1-0 game. Fareed along the baseline. Looks for the open spot. Shingles spins. Nice move, and he got it to stay home.
Surprising they counted that. I mean, Fareed went up and knocked around the net, and usually when you hit the net, that's, well, in rule book, it's technical. I don't know.
Skyhawks come in averaging 79 points, 37 rebounds a game. Weddle fires for a 3, and he's 0 for 2 early on. Here's DeMonte Harper. Harper, one of 4 players in double digits in the December win Morehead had on their home floor over the Skyhawks. Here's Harper from the free throw line. He's called for a walk.
Steps, little movement before he put the ball on the floor. I think everybody's a bit tense in this one, waiting for the game to play out its rhythm. Skyhawks especially. We're seeing Lester Hudson run the offense, and which can mean more than likely a triangle with Del Rico running on the left side.
Had Hay and Rodewald initially up on either side of the elbow, left and right. Now Elijah Day comes up as they work it back to Hudson. Now Lester blows past his defender, got it off the window, and that was a nice clear out for Hudson.
Exactly right. It sort of lured him to sleep, and Fareed should have really been there. I mean, he was close.
Got there late.
Got there late. It's the speed and the quickness of Hudson.
Skyhawks up 3-2. We've had a couple of lead changes already. In the corner, Shingles trying to shake loose from Weddle. Here's Harper. Harper trying to take Elijah Day off the dribble. The teardrop is short. Rodewald lost it, but there to pick it up. Hudson bounce pass to Weddle. Marquis has to hurry. Layup, block, and they'll give him 2.
Yeah. Morehead wanted the block to be clean, but it was not. No look pass from Hudson. It was a thing of beauty. Weddle able to corral it. I'm glad to see that he went all the way in for the shot. They already hit the glass. Yeah. Good call.
Shingles works against Weddle. 3-point game. Very early on here at the Elam Center. Fareed spins into a double team. Good defense over there by Rodewald to help, but Kenneth got it to go anyway.
I couldn't believe he got that to go. It was bumping everything and in traffic. Fareed's got some power now.
Yeah, they got 2 strong guys down low between Buchanan and Fareed. Here's a Hudson 3. Too strong. Rodewald gathers it in. Fresh shot clock for Tennessee Martin. They'll reset with Lane. Del Rico back to Lester. A little fake. And takes it right at Fareed. Will try it again. They got pinned, and they're going to call the jump and the possession arrow. We'll go back to Morehead State.
Hudson quickly padding his rebound stats. Only has 4 in the game.
Trying to get the quick tap in after it got stuck up there. Steve Peterson in the game, a freshman. And Fareed coming out early.
Going smaller. Trying to match UTM with quickness. Interesting way to go.
Shingles, junior from Albany, Georgia. Leaves it for Peterson. Man defense from Tennessee Martin. DeMonte Harper guarded by Hudson.
A lot of motion out of this Morehead State team. Trying to find a backdoor cut or an entry in low.
Buchanan a little indecisive. 2 on the shot clock and a missed 3. Rebound to Peterson. He picks up his first 2.
Well, Peterson really nice spot to get that shot.
6-5, lead now back to Morehead State. 3 lead changes already here in the first 5 minutes of play. Talk about Morehead's defense. We're paying attention to number 5, of course, and Rodewald bumped off the block, and we're going to get a A May Stallworth foul. He's been quiet early in this game, averaging 11 points, and our first media timeout coming. 6-5 Morehead State.
And Stallworth coming in third on this team in scoring at 11 points per game. Does shoot the three quite a bit. But a little shove from behind. Then it was the, oh, didn't touch him. Didn't see it. UTM, as we said, at 13-4 on top of the OVC, followed by a log jam in second. Murray State, Austin Peay, and this Eagle team, all 12-5. Eastern at 10-7. We have Eastern Illinois and Tennessee State at 8-9, followed by J-State Tech at 5-12. SEMO 0-17 on the season.
Robin, you know what you do on the road when you want to talk to your team and you got a hostile crowd behind you? You get away and get your huddle out on the court. That's what Coach Tyndale is doing right now.
We see a lot of that in college basketball these days. They bring their stools, come on out and sit around. You got the players that are not in the game shielding them. And a lot of times that's because of the language the coach uses, shielding from the crowd. But a lot of other times it is so you can hear, but you can't shield from the band.
No, you can't do that.
The band is right in their face. I think we may see them move maybe a little more up court than right there from now on, because
they may be in front of us here in a minute.
Yeah, because the coach was having to yell and scream during that timeout.
Did his team hear anything he said? We'll find out.
Yeah,
never know. Lane will throw it in. Each team with 2 team fouls. Del Rico gets it back from Hay. Weddle. There's the three. It's there for Marquis for the 83rd time this year.
Marquis can line it up if he gets hot. It really sparks this team. He and Hudson were tied with 82 apiece to Weddle. Nice friendly competition there.
8-6 score, our 4th lead change. Fareed back in. They reverse the ball. Come to Buchanan, and he got bumped. They're going to get Rydewall here.
Rydewall trying to stay in front of him, but he got on his hip. Couldn't quite stay there. See Rydewall trying to stay out, but let him get past him.
Hudson on the steal if he can hang on. Does he save it to a teammate? What a play. You got to score off of this. Wow.
Oh, hello.
My goodness. It's LH in his house.
Yeah, you better not lie there. Beautiful defensive play. Dish it, get it back. Can't beat it.
Got to rise out of the crowd. Good defense from Weddle. Almost got the steal. And you got to credit Fareed there for finding the open guy inside. That was Shingles.
That was really nice by Fareed.
Turned a potential turnover into points.
Yeah, I mean, he credit himself and credit that assist from falling down. It's the only reason he saw the guy.
And we'll stay with Tennessee Martin as Coach Tyndale will get 2 subs into the game. Stallworth back in and Terrence Hill in for the first time, a freshman guard.
Got a couple of Columbus, Georgia guys on this team, both freshmen. Peterson and Tyndale. Or Hill.
I've not seen Coach Campbell come off his bench yet with some substitutes. Likes the 5 he's got going right now. Hudson again. Too strong that time. Buchanan on the rebound. 3-point Skyhawk lead. 13.5 minutes left opening half. OVC outright title on the line here in this one. We'll mention that log jam again in a minute. The potential of what could happen with a Morehead victory. That's Fareed. That guy can play. He's averaging 14 points. That's his 4th. A sophomore as well. 6'8" sophomore. A lot of upside to that guy. 1-point game after the Skyhawks led by 5 a moment ago. This is we're going to lull you to sleep and then a quick strike offense. Lane tried it there. Here comes Zuki Clayton. 6'3" sophomore, averaging 5 a game. He'll give Del Rico Lane a breather, and Shingles back on the floor for Morehead State. Harper out. as he was replaced by Shingles. Clayton. You like Clayton's defense, but what he gives you offensively is just an added bonus. Long three from Hudson.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Hello.
He wanted to say, hi to the guy in the front row, and it was loud in here. So he wanted to stay close so he could hear him say hi before he hit that three.
30-foot three.
14-10 score. Fareed against Hay. Back into the corner to Hill. Fareed again. He's called for steps.
The defense that Uki Clayton puts on people, that's what Brett Campbell wants to see out of him. I really think Brett would care less whether or not Clayton scores. He's out there for defense and speed. Did a great job the other night against Mike Rose and Eastern Kentucky when coming off the bench, being able to spell to Rico Lane at different times.
Benzor Simmons in for the first time. A sophomore from Miami. Tried a little pick and roll. Benzor takes it back. He can hit that outside shot as well. Weddle. Marquis. Nice move. Nice move.
Hello, look at my crossover.
I'm toying with you, says the sophomore from Union City.
Created a little space with the crossover move and then nailed the three. What was 11 or a 1-point game, now a 7-point game.
Skyhawks were up 5. Lead cut to 1, as you said, back to 7. Fareed with the left hand. I'll tell you what, there's some moves you just can't coach. You can't coach that.
Well, he plays bigger than his 6'8" frame. I mean, he's got long arms. He really gets up there. And has a nice touch around the basket. And a lot of power, too.
Yeah, real soft touch around the rim for a big guy. Here comes Hudson. Lester across the way, and 2 more. That's 10 for the senior guard.
And speaking of touch, no one better.
7-point game at the 11-minute mark. Haven't heard much from Buchanan early on. A couple of missed free throws. He has it now against Simmons. Backs his way in, and he's called for an offensive foul.
But Benzor playing very good defense, staying with him in front, keeping his balance, and that's what an official sees. Even though he's moving, he's got the defense in front of him, and that's when a player overruns him and gets that foul and also the turnover. See Benzor, good feet, shoulder width apart, got his balance, a little forearm shove, and the foul called against Buchanan.
Our second media timeout. We haven't had a chance to update the numbers. 7 of 15 for Tennessee Martin. 6 of 10, Morehead State. They've missed their only 3 attempts. 4 of 8. Nice start from beyond the arc for Tennessee Martin. 4 turnovers for the Eagles, 1 for the Skyhawks. We mentioned the logjam earlier, Robin. Should Morehead prevail here on the road, you can have a possibility of 4 teams tied for the top spot. But forget that. Let's see the Lester 3 from, well, that's the nice save that set up the 3.
You know, the fun thing about that is that Lester was actually in backcourt when he saved that, or else that would have been a backcourt violation on Lane. And then he flips it back to Lester and he nails the 3. What a momentum change that was, and that was huge right there. But you're right, logjam, because you figure Austin Peay playing at home against SEMO, which is winless. Murray State at home against anybody, it seems. Those would be wins, and if Morehead State were to win, then you'd have every team tied at 13-5. So what would you do then? Then you go head-to-head with all these teams, and a lot of teams are split on the season. But Morehead winning 2 over Austin Peay, I believe, would give them the title more than likely, and UT Martin would fall to 3rd.
All 4 of those that you mentioned know that they will host in the opening round next week.
Yeah. But UTM can just obliterate all that and put that to shame with a win tonight.
Off to a good start, up 7, and with the ball. Benzor out, and Rydell back in, along with Hay, Clayton, and Weddle. Hudson, of course, still in.
I don't know if he'll come out tonight, unless the game is in no doubt toward the end.
Lester on the drive. He can't keep up with him. And a foul, a floor foul, going to be called on Morehead's Stallworth. His second. 10.5 minutes.
Fourth team foul, and they're trying to figure out who exactly it was on.
Well, they indicated Mays Stallworth, the junior guard.
Yeah, they're going to want to see this on replay.
If we can see that one more time, guys, and Chuck, the official, has just made his way over and wants to see that. Here we go one more time.
Now Harper guilty of the personal.
Thank you. Nice job, as always, by our crew in the truck, led by the illustrious Daryl Connor.
Award-winning.
That's right.
Producer-director.
He sends his regards to the officials.
Loves them.
19-12. Skyhawk up 7.
Loves them.
Uki to throw it in. A dangerous inbound, but he got it to Hudson. Lester off the screen, a little fade. Too strong that time for Reed with the rebound.
That's just his second on the game thus far. It won't be his last.
Nice double team down there on Harper, and almost a steal. Falling to the floor, it is a steal. Hay comes up with it.
Hudson really the catalyst on that one.
Where's Weddle? Spots, shot, beauty.
Oh, he's feeling it. He's feeling it.
The crowd is on their feet. Robin Francis.
Somebody take a picture.
Oh, my goodness.
Weddle 3 of 5 from 3, 11 points in the game. 5 of 9 from 3 of the Skyhawks as a team. It's just a nice give and pick, basically, by Hudson. And Weddle, like we said, he doesn't have to square up with his body. The hands are squared.
Looked like that was orchestrated by Lester. When he got about three-quarter court to midcourt, he pointed, told Marquis, get there, I'll get you the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And Hudson now with 2 assists in the game. He knows how to deal the ball out, who's hot. Total team player, and you rarely see that for a guy who averages 27 points a game. Usually that's someone who's just shoot, but that's not Hudson.
Tennessee Martin shooting the ball well, beyond the arc, 5 of 9 now. And their biggest lead now at 10. Harper to Fareed. They've backed him all the way out, reversing the ball. Trying to find the open spot. Good rotation, and Clayton on the steal. Clayton going to take it himself. Not strong enough there. Got his own rebound. Weddle says, I'm feeling it. Steal.
Oh! Boom goes the dynamite.
Ouch! 4 threes for Marquis. And 14 total. 13-point game. There's Hudson. Little highlight maybe. Just an easy 2.
I believe we got a timeout coming from the Eagle bench. Their coaching staff, well, I can't tell you what they said as soon as Hudson stole the ball.
But they wanted a timeout.
They're upset. They're extremely upset, and they know that their team has been taken out of this game by the defense of the Skyhawks. You see Hudson just going up, clearing way, and Shingo that wanted no part of a foul. He just wanted to make sure Lester didn't slam it.
It's Hudson and Weddle 26, Morehead State 12, and add a free throw from Weddle. There's the last 3 for Marquis, his 4th of the half.
Credit Clayton, he missed his own shot, got the rebound, fed it back out. Marquis from downtown.
That's one thing that got lost in the stat sheet, Robin, was the fact not that Marquis hit his 4th 3, but the work that Clayton did, a steal on one end, got his own rebound and set it up at the other end.
Yeah.
8:55 and a half, 15-point Skyhawk lead. It's been a long time between points for Morehead State. Shingles forcing something here, missing it. Fareed can't get the tap, and a foul underneath on Tennessee Martin.
Boy, how do you see a foul and all that? So Ridewall now with 2. Means we're going to have to see Simmons or Massey, probably Simmons coming back in. Rare that Fareed unable to corral a rebound like that, but foul on Ridewall. Not sure where that was.
Going to get Massey in as well. He'll take Hayes' spot. DeGero out with a foul. Elijah Day out. He needs a breather.
Well, Massey is big enough to stay with Fareed. Is he quick enough? That's the thing. UT Martin goes zone.
They're going to stay with Harper. Now he'll hand off to Stallworth. Shingles trying to take Hudson off the dribble. There's a block for Massey. Just held his ground and with a big old paw knocked it away. Hudson with a three. It's short. He chased the rebound, got a hand on it though, but Buchanan comes away with it.
Following a shot.
8:15 left in the half. Right now Tennessee Martin with the advantage. Nice double down, triple down if you will on Fareed and Benzor. That's why you like him on the floor, Robin. He is quick inside.
Yeah, very much so. He's underrated. Really, next few years we are going to see a great player developed, I think, in Benzor Simmons. He's got the name.
Carry here called on Weddle.
And Benzor. I mean, you got to love that name.
That carry on Weddle got a scowl from his old high school coach who's sitting across the way, Coach Shane Cisco. Shaking his head at the official. Are you kidding me? He did not carry the basketball.
Well, they're calling that a lot more these days. We're seeing that all the way up the line on what people are calling and trying to control. And it's a fine line. I guess they really look at it as if you get your hand underneath the basketball. But
you can make a case in the NBA to call it just about every trip down the floor.
In college, too. I mean, it happens quite a bit.
Tennessee Martin up 15, playing a little over 12 minutes of the half, Robin. Have to feel good about the 47% shooting from a team that shooting 45% overall from the floor this year. 32 from beyond the arc. And tonight, 6 of 11. 54% behind the line. Rebounds are tied at 9, and they forced Morehead State now into 8 turnovers in this first half, doing it with defense.
And 16 points off those turnovers. That is very, very good. You'd like to see that stay right with the turnovers. It means every turnover that Morehead State has made, UTM's hit at least a 2.
It's a college basketball atmosphere here on the Tennessee Martin campus. It's been a long time coming, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. People actually cheering on their feet at times. We got some banners and little placards and everything. Wow.
A couple of students went to the paint shop behind us.
They literally went to a paint shop. I mean, it's just, you know, orange and blue, navy blue paint.
The school colors are out tonight. Again, Morehead State, I can't remember the last time when they scored. They can't either, probably. Harper leaves for Fareed. Massey knocking him off the blocks. Here's a three that's too strong. And Clayton tapped that over, and Hudson saves to Weddle. 7.5 minutes. The Skyhawks leading by 15. These teams were tied 35 all at the half at the game at Morehead. Marquis taking it at Peterson. Peterson with a block there.
Peterson also has a bit of a height advantage over Marquis.
Listed at 6'4". What happened there? Peterson comes away with it. Harper will try a three. And again, Morehead can't throw it in the ocean right now. Transition, Clayton. Nice job. Will they count it? No, they will wipe it off. Offensive foul on Rubin.
Good position by Buchanan underneath. He waited for him. Took the charge. Del Rico Lane will come back in. You get a look at Clayton. The amount of time that it took him to get to the spot Shingles was there waiting, or Buchanan was there waiting.
It remains a 15-point game. Shingles to Peterson. Buchanan. May still out there. May Stallworth. There's a foul coming up. They'll get Harper at the line. May Stallworth has been quiet, averaging 11 a game. And, of course, you already sang the praises of Buchanan with 15 an average. He has no points tonight.
And it's been the defense. And here you see Massey going up. Called for the foul. It'll be his first. So Morehead actually in the bonus for the final, 6:38. 2 shots coming for Harper. This young man, DeMonte Harper, out of Nashville.
And still 0-4 from the line for Morehead State. Harper averaging 10 a game. He's an 80% free throw shooter, so Buchanan shooting at 81%, missing on his 2 opportunities, and now Harper at 80% missing, finally getting one to drop. 1 of 4 now for Morehead. 27-13, that's the first point scored by the Eagles in a while. 6.5 left before the half, and Rico Lane, after a long breather, back in the contest. Hudson, right wing extended, goes baseline. Kind of forced that one, but Clayton runs it down, keeps it alive one more time. Hudson working against Peterson now. Blows past him, and a block going to be called. Morehead State trying to set for the charge, but not getting there in time. And it will be Mays Stallworth. Let's see if this is his second. I think it will be. Hudson will shoot a pair as we'll see it again. But Peterson can't keep up with it.
No, he really can't. That is the second foul on Stallworth.
Lester 87% from the stripe this year. Much respect shown as the arena quietens for Lester's free throws. 13
Golf course etiquette.
We're on the 18th at Augusta, Robin. Hudson looking for his 14th point. There it is.
Good job by Clayton while he was in there. Whoop, he's going to stay in. Hudson's going to get a breather.
Yeah, Clayton started out and Hudson said, no, you stay on. I'll go get a quick breather. 16-point lead for Tennessee Martin. Weddle again, who has been on shingles a lot in this first half. Skyhawks have gone back to the man defense. Hill guarded by Lane. Trying to set up something with Fareed or Buchanan, who has it now. Here's Peterson. Back to Buchanan. Blocked by Benzor. And Lane leading the break. Can Simmons finish at the other end? You bet.
Transition basket, 6 transition points for UTM. Benzor elevated, swatted, and finished.
31-13. Who would have thought this coming in?
Wow.
Peterson. Fareed. Maybe a little out of his range there, and the rebound for Clayton. Lane on the run. Weddle. Why not, says Marquis. Ooh, just short. Kind of a quick release there of Weddle. He always has a quick release. Short-armed, if you will. Buchanan missing a give me. And let's see, I think it'll stay with Morehead. It's been that kind of half, though, for the Eagles. 6 field goals, that's it.
Yeah. And those were early. They were 6 of 10, Russ.
It was, what, 12 and 11 at one point?
Yeah. They've missed their last 8 shots.
Rodewald and Hay back on the floor. Well, 4 of the starters, and Clayton still out there for Tennessee Martin. Hill has to call a timeout, and Coach Johnny Tyndale has taken a lot of TOs here in the first half.
He's not happy.
Didn't want that one.
I think a lot of people questioned how UTM was going to respond after the heartbreaking loss to Missouri State in the bracket buster game, and then the demoralizing defeat at Murray State. And then the way they've responded has been incredible. I mean, the EKU game was a total control. We're seeing much of the same type of play tonight thus far. A 31-13 lead with 5:03 to go here in the first half. Like it was a wake-up call or something, you know? And a lot of times when a team will get off the snide, there you see the Benzor block. Doesn't sit around and admire his handiwork, gets on down the floor and gets rewarded for it.
Ooh. Buchanan lost it going up, actually grabbed it, and then got grabbed by Rodewald, and that's DeGero's 3rd foul. But Coach Campbell's got to get him back off the floor.
May see him go with a 4-guard offense, see if Lester comes back in yet. Nope, Benzor. Coach Campbell is trying to get to the under 4 timeout to leave Lester on the bench and let him rest that long.
Well, as soon as the third one got stuck on Najero, he looked down at Benzor. Long enough breather? Okay, you're back in.
You've been sitting there for a while.
Buchanan gets his first two. A 15-point per game average, along with 6 rebounds for Leon. Lane works to Clayton. Hay has to go to work. And I think he's going to be called, traveling.
Should have got that one back out as soon as he found that he had no position inside. Feed it back outside, start to work again.
Hudson back out before the immediate timeout.
Once he lost it there, don't look to go up with it. Feed it back outside.
Shingles again defensively, guarded by Weddle. Wow, the little grace of Fareed, his 8th point.
I mean, the wingspan on this guy.
4 of their 7 field goals. Lane lost it. That's a rarity to see Del Rico cough it up. That's a dangerous pass in transition, but they got it to roll to Buchanan.
Little mini run here. In fact, it's a 6-0 run by the Eagles.
Lane will try it toward the left side now. Leads for Hudson. He'll fire the 3. And Fareed with the rebound. Just his 3rd.
I think that's what Coach Tinsdale was saying. You know, we're not being aggressive.
They're feeling good right now. The 6th point for Buchanan, and Coach Campbell has to stop the momentum. A 10-point game. 3:45 left.
With an 8-0 run by Morehead State.
The Skyhawks had threatened to go up 20, and now down to 10 just like that. We'll see the Leon Buchanan finish here.
Hey, just a little late at defense. He was playing back, trying to protect from Fareed getting into the paint, and a little dish to him. And Buchanan showing that he can knock down that short jumper.
Both teams identical, 42% shooting overall. No 3 so far for Morehead State. That hadn't been their game. Tennessee Martin 6 of 13. They shoot a lot of 3s, and tonight they are capitalizing on them. 6 of 13. And Weddle, 4 of those. Hudson, the other 2.
But Campbell knows they can't live and die by the 3. This team is very good at going inside. That's what they want to get back to doing.
The dribble penetration of guys like Hudson, like Lane. Hudson back from Hay. Heavy traffic for Lester. Trying to stay with it. Strength right there, but could not get it to fall. And then an offensive foul should be. Nope. Oh my goodness, they're calling it on Hudson. That's a first on Lester. Checking to see if he's not bleeding.
Brett Campbell is highly upset. He is terribly upset.
Wow. Coach Campbell is livid right now.
And you saw it right there. Coach Campbell flirting more than likely. Needs to watch it. And that's what the official just told him.
Well, these guys will let you make your point to a point.
To a point. You're exactly right. Once they say they've had enough, then they've had enough. And you don't want to give them any more momentum than you can right now. Fareed did stick out the elbows. And I think what the official is saying is that Lester leaned in. So, not sure. But we have seen that called different ways this year in college basketball. Saw a kid from Michigan get ejected and thrown out for a game because of an elbow. And you see others that it's not called. We saw Marquis get his mouth bloodied the other night.
Well,
anytime you get those elbows out there, a lot of times they should call it, but don't. It depends on the official and their
as long as you
opinion.
come down and in that position, it's okay. But once you start to,
don't swing them.
Yeah,
right.
And it looked like Fareed just a little.
Yeah, he turned.
He knew Hudson was right there.
So Fareed Not a very good free throw shooter, Russ.
Kenneth on the air, 56%.
He gets there a lot, but makes about half.
Well, usually when we brag on them is when they miss, so we...
we turn the tables. It means he'll make this one too.
Yeah, they got a rebound foul on Buchanan.
They got a push before going up for the board. Clearing some room, basically, is how that foul will go down on Buchanan.
That's Leon's second.
Several people in foul trouble. You got Buchanan with 2. Stallworth has 2. UTM has Reinewald with 3 and Hudson with 2.
31-13 game is now 31-22.
Excuse me, Hudson has 1.
Lane to Weddle. Marquis working against Stallworth. Nice move, blocked.
I'm not sure that that's not goaltending too.
Almost took the piece off of the under part of the backboard there. Lane will throw it in with 13 on the shot clock. 2:59 on the game clock. Skyhawks 18-point lead has been cut in half. Here's Hudson. Just short. And again, Morehead stayed in control. They want to run it. There's the lob. Oh, wow. Fareed with his 11-point. Benzor Simmons blocked from behind. They get Fareed on the foul. That's his first. And it will be Benzor Simmons trying to stop an 11-0 run.
It's been an impressive one, and it's been one where Morehead has come out and really pushed the ball more. They've become more aggressive. Earlier we saw them really just not assert themselves at all. Almost afraid to throw the ball at different places, and UTM took advantage of it.
Simmons, 73% from the line, will have another chance.
Lid's been on for UTM for about the past 5 minutes.
We thought this may be a laugher here about 10 minutes ago, but not the case now.
Well, they did play Murray pretty darn good up there.
You talk about their tough luck losing streak, Robin. They've lost 3 straight by a combined 12 points, Morehead.
And one was at Kent State.
Yeah, the bracket buster game lost by 3 up there. 79-76. So the Simmons free throw stops the 11-0 run. Here's Buchanan. Too strong, and a push on the rebound will be called on Stallworth.
3rd foul on Stallworth.
Mays is in a maze.
They're saying that Del Rico was fouled
instead of Hudson. Okay.
How was Del Rico fouled?
I have no idea.
I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. That should be Hudson.
Yeah, it should be Lester at the line instead of Del Rico.
Wow. But Del Rico says, hey, no sweat.
68% free throw shooter.
No sweat. Well, that does stop the bleeding for a little bit. 11-0 run is hereby ceased.
Gives him a chance to get his first 2 points, and he does. Back to a 10-point game. Let's see if Tennessee Martin can finish strong to close out the half. Again, Shingles works against Weddle. Off the screen. Not much of one. They'll try it again. That time he went on the other side, and good defense from the backside from Tennessee Martin.
They're trying to double stack, and then, of course, Fareed really moving his screen. I mean, let's face it, he's moving along with the player. Got to be still when you're setting a screen.
Double down on Buchanan. How he got out of that, I don't know, but he threw it away. Hudson in transition. Lane wants a 3. Hudson on the rebound. Wow. Almost had that one fall.
Oh,
good hustle
how
play.
Did he save that?
The 3. Oh, my goodness. Touched every part of the rim for Weddle. And Harper missing. The rebound. They'll try it again underneath with Shingles. Blocked, and that should be jump ball.
Yep.
Back to Tennessee Martin.
The save by Hudson over here in the corner.
That's out of our range a little bit.
That's just amazing. And then he's going to come down here and just tie this guy up. I'm going to hold you up for a second.
Nice job by Hayden not to get any contact there, just stand straight up.
Already 8 rebounds by Hudson. He has 14 in the game on the point side.
Lester comes across the lane, little fade, rolling off.
Boy, they just can't buy a field goal right now.
That's a walk. Or they call it a foul?
No,
Oh, it's a walk, okay. I think Coach Tyndale lobbying for a push.
We'll see. Was there? Fareed comes down. And Elijah Day a little bit behind him, but it's all basketball contact.
Elijah Day not that strong, is he?
I don't know.
Knock that big guy down.
Yeah, he's hurt too. Hate to see that.
He's a solid player, a sophomore as well. Wow.
His ankles are heavily taped anyway, and any ankle type injury is probably going to bother him a little bit.
Hudson will just let it roll, and a fresh shot clock for Tennessee Martin, leading by 10. The final minute 12 here in the first half. Ohio Valley Conference men's game here on WLJT. Lane all the way across. Now Hudson leaves it for Simmons. Oh my goodness! Ouch! Highlight. Benzor hurt himself on that.
He hurt me. Whew. Goodness gracious. Wow. No words to describe. Benzor can absolutely leap, folks. I think he stretched himself. Don't like to see that. Any side type injury?
I don't know if it's an oblique.
It's more along the hip area.
Yeah.
Let's check it out from underneath. May have landed wrong.
Well, he immediately, and that was before he actually landed, looked like, Robin.
Put a little dirt on it.
That's what they used to say.
That's what they used to do.
50 seconds left.
Wow.
Now they run a clear out for Harper.
Oh.
Wow. DeMonte's first field goal.
Hello.
And the Skyhawks, about 5 seconds difference, a game clock and shot clock. 10-point game. Clayton out there in place of Simmons. Lane picked up by Shingles. Oh, they're just reaching and grabbing, trying to stay with Lester. Lane will work the other side. Offensive foul called on Tennessee Martin.
Yeah, Fareed was set. Lane just went too far in.
Player control foul. We'll see it again.
There's no way Del Rico could knock that guy down. There's just no way.
Well, you got to sell it a little bit of that.
John Lamb comes in. He is a three-point specialist, supposedly. 13 of 43 on the season.
Well, they get Fareed back in as well for these final 9.3 seconds.
He was about ready to come off. They sit him back in.
Here's Harper with 3, with 2. And the tap would not fall for Buchanan. And the Skyhawks will take a 10-point lead into the locker room. 36-26. Yeah.
You know, where's it going right now? It could go either way.
I think Coach Tyndall's squad just happy to be back in the game.
So I think you're right.
36-26, Tennessee Martin leading by 10 at the half with the outright OVC regular season title in their grasp. Back for the second half after these words on WLJT DT.
Hi, I'm Mark Wahlberg in Wichita, Kansas.
This is the second piece that I've ever seen like this. Oh, man.
Oh my, I can't believe it. Hoorah. Are you serious? Wow.
More excitement, more surprises, and more treasures next time on Antiques Roadshow.
Monday night at 7.
Second half about to get underway here in our WLJT Game of the Week, as Tennessee Martin, looking for that outright numero uno, tops in the OVC, lead Morehead State by 10 after one half of play. Robin Francis, Russ Barker, our entire crew. Tennessee Martin doing it with defense, Robin, creating turnovers, scoring off of those turnovers. Probably the difference, that plus three-point shooting here in the first half.
Yeah, exactly right. 18 points for UT Martin off of the 11 turnovers for Morehead. UTM's biggest lead was 18 with 5:39 to go. Then Morehead went on an 11-0 run, cut into it. And it is what it is right now, 36-26. But Marquis Weddle and Lester Hudson leading the way. The guard tandem with 28 of this 36 points for UTM, 14 apiece for those guys. And Lester also with 8 rebounds to lead everyone on the floor at the moment.
Morehead State led by Kenneth Fareed, 11 in that first half, 5 field goals, a free throw. Buchanan was quiet for the most part, got 6 points there late in the first half. Shingles with 4, DeMonte Harper with 3. Buchanan, Fareed, and Harper all averaging in double digits. Only Fareed looks like he's going to be on his way to get his average, but this is another half. Could be a different story. We'll see as we have what?
Clock problem.
Oh.
Clock problem. Yeah, we saw basically Morehead State was very lackadaisical or timid. I guess really timid is a better word for it in the first half for the most part, running their offense. And all of a sudden after a timeout, they became so much more aggressive and cut into this UTM lead.
34% shooting for the Skyhawks in the first half, but still lead by 10. Again, looking for Fareed, and they're going to get a shove here.
Nickel dimer.
Foul. Yeah, call it that way. Elijah Day-Hay, his second foul, the team's first of the half.
Elijah Day going to have to move a little bit quicker because you want to keep Fareed out from under the basket. Make him shoot that 10 to 15-foot jumper.
May Stallworth, averaging 11 a game, has been a non-factor in this one. No points in that first half. They have 4 guys, Robin, who average in double digits, but they've been kept at bay for the most part.
That was actually a walk on Harper. Pulled his pivot foot before the ball hit the floor.
Buchanan missing, and the rebound. Shingles keeps it alive.
Shingles has some ups, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Well, we mentioned Mays, and Stallworth hits the first basket of the second half, and his first points.
Their first 3 of the game as well. This is a team that has hit quite a few threes so far this season. Right, 157 on the season, so that's 158.
There's a hold inside, will be called on Stallworth, and I have him with 4.
You're right, he does have 4 now. That's major concern for Coach Tilden. That's his 3rd leading scorer, 11.7 points per game. He's going to have to be careful.
Weddle fires the 3 to start the second half off, and Morehead State in control.
Try and foul him out right here.
Harper. Shingles, Fareed getting him out on the wing. DeMonte with a 3. Off of the back of the iron. Rodewall tapped it out. Fareed picked it up. Almost threw it away. He did. 2-on-2 break. 3-on-2 now, and Weddle will take it. And Hudson will finish.
A little padding of the stats. Weddle, good job, though. Go at him. Try and get the foul. He didn't get the shot. He knew he had help on the weak side, though, with Hudson.
Minute and a half into the second half. Skyhawks up 9. We had 4 lead changes early, but Tennessee Martin's been in control since the 31-13 lead. Lane lost the rebound, and they'll say it will stay on the Eagles' end.
Somebody's going to have to block Fareed out a little bit better than what they're doing. They're letting him get too many touches on a rebound.
I'm surprised Stallworth's still out there with 4 fouls.
I am too. Does Coach Tilden even realize he's got 4?
Little touch there, and the soft touch for Fareed, his 13th point.
See, when Fareed went into Hay that time, Hay took the hit and stood there. You got to flop, got to sell that, get the offensive foul.
7-point game. There's the switch. Little pick and roll. Back to Rodewall. Lost his footing, but got it back to Weddle. Hudson, he'll try a three, and there it is. 19 for Leicester.
As an opposing coach, you just sit there and, I don't know. That's what Tilden did, Vicen. It's like,
You can't defend that any better than what his defender did. You just, a tip of the hat. Buchanan. And here comes DeMonte Harper. Blocked. No soup for you. Now they'll get Stallworth off with Peterson into the game. They'll set the defense as Shingles will work it in. Nice block one more time, and the Skyhawks want to run it. Lane back to Weddle, spots an open three, and it's there.
Bada bing. 5th three on the night from Marquis Weddle. 17 for him. UTM up by 13.
They got off to a great start to start the first half, Robin. Doing the same here in the second half.
Weather the storm, because you know Morehead's going to have some type of run for you. And they're trying to spread this defense as best they can, get a lot of people out beyond the arc.
Mays, the only guy, or Fareed, I should say, the only guy looking for a shot right now will go to the line.
I think they got Hay for his 3rd foul there.
So
nope. That's on Hudson, his 2nd.
Just a little over 3 minutes into the second half. You see the foul on Leicester, who is in a casual conversation with the official.
He says, I'm Lester Hudson. He said, no, I'm Lester Hudson. No, he's not telling him that. He's trying to tell him that he was pushed beforehand by Fareed.
Fareed 1 of 3 now from the stripe. Showing why he's at 56% from the line this year.
He'll make this one, though.
1 out of every 2. Nope. Hudson adds to the rebound total. Look at Weddle run the floor, and they'll count that one.
Can't pin against the basket. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Weddle joins Hudson, each with 19.
You had multiple people you could call this one on. Oh, I don't know. I think that's a good block there, Russ.
DeMonte Harper chimed it perfectly.
And Harper couldn't believe it.
15-point game. Shingles again working against Weddle.
Fareed's not a bad guy to have you following up on defense, is he?
Nope.
I mean, gosh, the shot blocking ability.
Peterson stepped on the inbound line.
No, foul.
Oh, foul. He ran over. Block down here on this end of the floor, partially, and Hay took that hit.
You know, Mo's already changed directions quickly. I mean, quickly. They had cut it to 7 with the 3 earlier by Stallworth. UTM, since that point, has just absolutely gone on a tear.
Lane will work in the front court. 2 points, 4 assists. Another Del Rico Lane night in the assist department. He's averaging close to 5 a game. Weddle wants another 3, and Marquis wants, Marquis gets.
Almost a little taunting toward Peterson. But Marquis
Claps the 3 and says, take that, Mr. Peterson.
The king of 3. 6 of 11 tonight. He's got 22. We'll see Marquis with the pull-up J. He's going to have Peterson fighting through everything, trying to get to him. He gets a pick from Hay. Actually, he gets tripped. And Marquis says, don't get near me.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that one.
There are the guys behind us. Paint store. Lost in all that, of course, is the injury to Benzor Simmons earlier in the half.
Strained ab.
Strained ab. So that could be any type of indefinite out, or, you know, you just don't know with that type of situation. What Benzor, of course, whether or not he'd be able to come back tonight. Probably if the score stays at this area, they won't chance it.
No, he may be done for the night. I wouldn't chance it.
I wouldn't either. Too valuable a player.
Yeah, and as much as he brings to the table, you need that guy for the postseason.
I was looking for the beard on the bench. Yeah, there he is.
Tennessee Martin around 34% shooting at the half, up over 40 now. 9 of 19. That's the big story from beyond the arc. 6 for Weddle, 3 for Hudson.
23 points off of 13 turnovers by Morehead. That is huge.
And this is a good team you're creating those turnovers against. Here comes Hill. Stops in the paint, shot it too hard. Weddle taps it out to Lane.
No numbers.
Hudson.
Lister.
Just a little bit off.
Hey, gonna have 4 now.
Yeah.
Nope, 3. Sorry.
That's the third on Hay?
That is his third.
Third, okay.
Hard to really battle Fareed for a rebound. I mean, you watch this guy, 6'8", wingspan probably puts him right at 6'11", somewhere like that. Look how far up over every teammate or every player on the floor he was in getting that rebound. And Hay guilty of the personal, which means he'll come out for a little bit. Eric Massey will actually check in just a moment for UTM. Massey in the first half saw some action, picked up a foul, a couple of rebounds during that first half as well for Massey. And has a chance with 15:41 to do something. His team up by 18, so they've equaled their biggest lead of the night.
Should Tennessee Martin hold on and win, they'll be 14-4 in the conference, locking that sole possession of the top spot, and 21 wins on the year.
Like we said, set a single season record for wins in school history. Consecutive wins as well. And trying to get that elusive first conference title.
Captain Skyhawk trying to raise the roof here.
Trying to make this a difficult place to play. I mean, the noise level is something we haven't seen. Well, we've done these for 5 years now. You and I, we haven't seen this at all.
No.
You know, this is magical.
Hey, Donnie, let him do his job. Hey, Donnie, you're not wearing the stripes today, buddy. Hey, Donnie.
It's awesome.
Donnie.
Amazing.
Remarkable.
Our producer director says electric.
That's right.
Of course, he is a technical person.
Thought you met him. Anyway, we're back to action with Shingles controlling it on the right. They work it inside to Buchanan, reverses and lays it home. Leon with 8.
Little hole in the defense there.
Hey, Coach, sit down. Hey, Coach, standing up.
16-point game. And Lane, good feed to Weddle. Take it up at the big fella. Nice footwork from DeGiro.
I was about to say Weddle probably should get that back outside, but he did a good job of getting around Fareed and put him on his hip.
Kenneth with only 1 foul tonight for Morehead inside. Reverse the ball, looks for Hill. Hill's 3 is no good. And look who had the rebound.
11 on the night for Hudson.
Nice feed. Oh, man, they'll get Massey at the line. Brent Campbell almost jumped out of his dress shoes. Wanted to make sure they blew the whistle there. Shingles on the foul.
He's got to applaud the no-look pass. Hudson,
man,
shovels it off. And Massey just shoved. Not even attempting to go for the ball, Russ. And that's, by rule, an intentional.
Late in the game, they probably would have called that. There shouldn't be any difference what time.
You're exactly right.
Massey gets a free throw. They'll get Buchanan off the floor. And Massey, 2 of 2. 6'9" junior. Eric out of Memphis. 20 points, Skyhawk lead. That's their biggest on the night.
Massey went to Oklahoma, out in the junior college ranks out in that state.
Been some nice finds from that JUCO area with Massey, Del Rico Lane.
Hudson.
Oh, by the way, Hudson. Shingles with a nice nifty move. It's his 6 point. 18-point game, and it was about this point the other night, Robin, against Eastern Kentucky, where we said, keep the foot to the pedal.
Yeah, you really have to.
Weddle with a quicker defender on him in Hill, and he misses on the three. But look at Massey. He'll go back to the line. Now, that's the guy they're having trouble contending inside right now on the boards.
Well, Massey's 6'9", and what about 280? Somewhere around there. I mean, it clears out so well. Look how well he keeps Fareed off the boards.
You hit it right on the head. 280 is what he's listed.
Yeah.
Not a pound over.
Well.
67% free throw shooter, now 2 of 3. Well, that's right around the average. Buchanan didn't stay off the floor long. He's back on, and Fareed will get a breather.
Clayton ready to check in. Going to give Weddle a breather. I believe that Brett's going to say, now look, on that shot, sometimes you don't take that shot.
Marquis line 8 of 18 overall, 6 of 12 from beyond the arc. And Massey has 3 points. 19-point game, 13 minutes, 50 seconds left. Second half action, the Skyhawks looking to close things out with the #1 spot in the OVC. This is Harper. And Clayton with the rebound.
Well, you know Morehead's going to have a run in them somewhere. You just don't want it to come at the expense of a Skyhawk code streak.
Did he get the timeout? No, last touch, they say, by Clayton. It'll go back to Morehead.
Clayton laying out of bounds when he touched the ball, so no jump ball. Fareed will jet back in.
And Shingles will come out.
Shingles with 3 fouls on the night, 6 points thus far.
Well, the student section of UT Martin just loving the Morehead State head coach. Showing a lot of love for him in this one. Fareed out on the wing, that's not where you want him, I wouldn't think.
For UTM is where you like him.
There's Harper, and you know eventually he'll find his shot, his 5th point.
They average double figures right at 11 points per game.
17-point contest. Skyhawks and a foul as Harper called for the hand check, his 2nd.
Not quick enough to stay with Hudson. Tried to think that he was going to go left. Hudson went right, stepped in front of him and got the foul.
Side court, Lester in the lane. Del Rico to a cutting Hudson. Just throws it up, almost went in. Rebound to Fareed. That's his 10th to go with 13 points. Harper leaves for Buchanan. Works it back outside to Hill for the 3. And the rebound to Lane. Can Morehead get back quickly defensively? They do a nice job there. And Lester through the contact. Fareed got the block, but they may give this one to Hill. Yep.
Hill with a little body action because he got beat big time by Hudson.
Lester looking for his 20th point.
That's where you got to trust your teammates that you have backup defense. And when you got a guy like Fareed in there, you let him go ahead and dole it out.
Lester 3 of 3. We'll see the contact from Terrence Hill.
Didn't walk.
There's just nobody can hang with Mr. Hudson tonight, or any other night for that matter.
Hey, coming back in. Weddle coming out. You know, what a reversal of type of games that we've seen the other night. UTM had a very good game from their interior players tonight, more guard-oriented.
Hand check here called on Lane.
He hadn't blown his whistle in a while.
That's Del Rico's second. And 43 of the 56 for the Skyhawks between Weddle and Hudson. Shingles will set the offense with 12 minutes and 10 seconds left. 19-point lead for Tennessee Martin. Buchanan will be fouled by Massey.
Massey just couldn't stay with Buchanan that far out. Massey needs some help. Doesn't need to go that far down in.
That's where you miss a Benzor Simmons.
Yeah. Fourth team foul. Well, fifth. Let's see Benzor.
And 56-37, another foul. I think this one on Haynes. No, it's Massey again, his third.
Massey just in there collecting everything. Points, rebounds, fouls.
Again, if you just joined us, Benzor on a slam from a lob from Hudson in the first half. Strained ab. Out for tonight, probably out for the tournament.
Could be. Could be. Just how he responds to therapy, I think, would be the question.
That's the type of injury, Robin, where it doesn't, if you can stand the pain and play.
Yeah.
Reed 1 of 2. Clayton lost the rebound to Stallworth. Opportunity here for Morehead State. A good defense there by Weddle to break that up.
Now, on that type of play, especially on the free throw, you've got Clayton where he's got to get the shooter. Somebody's got to get the shooter, that way you're in touch for that rebound, but instead headed up court and didn't have a chance to get it. Yeah, the slam was a thing of beauty. It was a no-look lob by Lester Hudson as he was driving in the lane, and you see Jason Simpson, the head football coach, spoke to Jason earlier, in attendance, sitting amongst the football team.
He knows about OVC championships.
Oh, yes, he does. Has one, almost had another. So, but Simmons apparently strained something on the slam, on his way up. We're not sure.
Yeah, you could tell before he hit the floor, he was already grabbing at the ab. And we initially thought it was the landing, but no, it was when he was in ring. He went up high to get that. There you see Simmons.
Looks like somebody took the ball away and they sent him to the corner.
That's right.
But it was a thing of beauty, I tell you what.
That's a big part of their puzzle. No, he doesn't start, but he provides so much off the bench, rebounding, scoring. Excellent defender.
Sophomore, going to see a lot out of this young man.
Averaging about 6 points, 3 rebounds. Had 5 in that first half. Captain Skyhawk taken back by the huge crowd he's seeing here tonight at the Elam Center.
He's been shocked in all.
He said, I can make some friends tonight. Shingles trying to find Buchanan. And Buchanan couldn't find any room, but a nice job to get it out to Stallworth, and that's Mays' second trade.
And he has 4 fouls, though. They've taken a chance getting him back in. They know they need his offense.
He's shooting 36% from beyond the arc, so they need that aspect of his game. Fareed lost it, and nope. He'll still go back to Morehead State.
Knocked out by Hudson.
15-point game, 11 and a half left.
This is the dangerous period right here. This is the between media timeouts. You got to really worry about them starting to get a score or two. There.
That's Buchanan. He's starting to make some noise. His 10th point. Coach Campbell is going to stop the bleeding right here, or at least try. 56-43. Skyhawks, 20-point lead a moment ago, cut to 13.
Yeah, like we said, you know the run's coming. You just don't want to be cold when that happens. So once that does happen, that Brett Campbell's trying to stress to his team, you're going to see the slam to Buchanan right here, which you don't want to actually happen. But a lot of people not blocking out. The response on defense, nothing there inside. Buchanan with a free rein to get there. Well, this point, 11-19 left in the game. UTM up by 13. You don't want this to dip into single digits.
No, then you start thinking about it a little bit.
Yeah, putting pressure on yourself, forcing shots, forcing things to happen.
Hey to Ruben Clayton with the Simmons injury. You know Uki will get some more minutes. You'd think Massey would get some more minutes. Benzor kind of combines a guard and a big guy. Let's see if Elijah Day can hit the baseline, Jay. A little out of the range, maybe.
I'd like to see him drive up, attract some defense.
Harper rolled out on him and hits him with another rebound.
It's like grace coming through.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice move by Lester with the left hand. Cannot finish, though. Fareed. There is DeMonte. And he'll go to the line. Man, he is quick, too, in the open floor. DeMonte Harper, a sophomore out of Nashville. Coach Donnie Tyndale came down to the volunteer state to find Mr. Harper, 80% free throw shooter. And that's the fourth foul on Rodewall.
He leads the team in assists as 101 on the season.
It's his 6th point. He's averaging around 10, close to 11. Fareed gets a breather as they will get Derek Eccles, a 6'5 freshman, on the floor for the first time tonight for Morehead. 10:39. We'll see how long Fareed stays out. He has had what we would call a monster night, Robin. 14 points, 13 rebounds for the sophomore, Kenneth Fareed.
Been quiet points at times.
Lead down to 11. Clayton started to drive and leaves for Hudson. Lester went with the left hand. Massey couldn't get it, knocked away, and here comes Morehead with numbers. And a nice defensive play. I don't know if that was Weddle. I think Weddle or Clayton won. It may have been Ruben.
It was Weddle on the front end of it.
Well, let's see. The breather went 25 seconds for Fareed. 10:39 to the 10:14 mark.
Yeah, they know they're in the offensive-defensive possession mode. Anytime they can get a chance for Fareed to get back in.
Rodewall with the 4 fouls. Massey will have to pick up some minutes now. Again, Simmons out of the game. Buchanan, they send him up high. Fareed. Weddle got a handle on that and almost tapped it in. It'll stay with Morehead State. You could tell what they were doing, getting the big guys away from the basket, trying to get Harper to create and take it around the left side.
Team-wide screen.
Knocked away. Can Massey, almost got it away from Buchanan. Here's Harper. Back to Fareed, a little touch pass. And the 3 is not there. Good box out from Massey, but no one could run and get it for Tennessee Martin. And Shingles will lay it home.
Now it's down below.
Eric Massey actually boxed out 2 guys that time.
Single digits. Lester's got to dish off and not try to do everything by himself.
9-point game with 9:25 left. The natives are a little restless right now. Not forcing anything here. 10 on the shot clock, and here comes Clayton. Ruben on the move. Swatted away by Fareed with 3 on the shot clock. Eccles back in. Now you got to have a quick catch and shoot. It's Weddle. He'll fire the 3. Wow, this is Marquis' night.
Marquis Weddle with a catch and shoot. 25 in the game for Marquis. He knocked out our scoring stats.
59-47 Skyhawks. A big basket there from the sophomore. Souvenir time, maybe. Turnover for Morehead State as their 14th.
I was thinking that Brett Campbell needed to get Del Rico Lane back in the game. Offense runs a lot smoother with him in. Get Hudson a breather for at least 46 seconds.
This kind of changes your rotation with a Simmons off the floor now. Lane working against Shingles. 8.5 left. They're trying to find number 4 right now. 15 on the shot clock. Lane on the move.
Probably had Massey in there. Del Rico just couldn't get him the ball. There's a mismatch inside. Need to get it to Massey.
Weddle on the drive. Backs the shot. He is on fire.
27 on Weddle. He just got Fareed off balance. A little fade.
Harper can't answer. Collision on the floor. A rugby match. Massey got it. Then got clipped upside the head. But he's okay. He's a big guy. That ain't nothing for Eric. 61-47. Our under 8 media timeout. We'll see if Hudson gets back in. There's a Marquis. This one's off the inbound, Robin, with 3 on the shot clock.
They just waited for him to come open. Once he did, feet planted, went up with it.
Just a great catch and shoot guy.
Man, 27 on the night.
As you just saw from that last one, he can create his own shot as well. A little improvisation there. They're doing the wave now at Elam Center.
We haven't seen that, except I think the time that we saw 3 people try to do it. Weddle with his back down on Fareed and the fadeaway was a thing of beauty. Here it is. Fareed gets really a mismatch. Massey's going to go inside. Could have got it to Massey right then. But Marquis gets Fareed back in. Created a little room, knocked it down. Tell you what, Marquis has been the answer for a cold spell, and twice Morehead has been able to cut it down to single digits in this half, and Marquis has responded. He's 10 of 20 from the floor, 7 of 13 from 3, 27. He is instant points. So once you need a basket, you pour a little Marquis in, stir him up, and go.
That's right. Love the analogy. 48 between Weddle and Hudson of the 61 for Tennessee Martin. This is a guard type of night tonight. Hudson still off the floor, getting a little more of a breather. Lane fouled from behind. That will be a 1-and-1 coming up.
Third foul on Harper. I was about to say that the touch foul is being called a little bit more cautiously on the other end. But what the officials are looking at, if you get past a guy, then he reaches and touches you, that's when they call the touch foul. Not necessarily on the outside when they're in front of you.
Lane, the front end is good. Tennessee Martin now 12 of 15 from the line.
Del Rico has really had a bit of an off night, but his free throws have been there.
4 of 4.
Lane with a couple of turnovers in the game. 4 assists thus far.
Final 7.5. Tennessee Martin up 16. Buchanan will hit a 3. That's number 2 on the year for Leon. That's 2 threes. 13th point. 63-50. There's the cutter. And it's Clayton. Just not strong enough off the window. And Fareed with another rebound.
The strength of Fareed. He took that away from Massey. Massey had position. And Fareed was just able to bring it down away from him.
14 points, 13 rebounds he's averaging. He's at 14 and 14 tonight.
I was about to say, does he?
And 1. It'll be May Stallworth. His 8th point all here in the second half.
Nobody blocking out underneath on that.
That'll get Mr. Hudson to the scorer's table as well.
Probably should have had a jump ball there. I don't know. But you got to block out. Can't allow those extra opportunities. Had it back up to 16. Now it's back down to 11. Could be cut to 10 here by Mays Stallworth.
Mays, 79% free throw shooter. Weddle with those 4 fouls will get back in. Hudson checked back in. And the starting 5 back on the floor for the Skyhawks. Up 10 with 6:55 now left in this game. Hudson will be picked up by Peterson. Marquis just standing over, getting a little breather right now. They're going to let this offensive set run through Lester. Nice feed to Weddle. Oh.
I was about to say, Weddle needs to jam that. Don't take it off the glass. Go up and just jam it.
12-point game.
He was about too cautious with it.
Well, they set him up perfectly. That was a nice set run there. Knocked away. Another turnover. Tennessee Martin creating off defense. Weddle. Get a hand in his face.
Oh.
If you can. 30 for Marquis.
Get out of his way. 30. Man, timeout.
You can't get a hand in his face. 30 points for Weddle. We talked about watching him all through high school, Robin, if he could make the transition to the college level. That was answered a lot last year, but in a big way this year as well.
Really, really has. I mean, Weddle can knock him down with the best of them. Just sitting over in the corner. A little token defense, but it was too late. Marquis had already released Mr. Peterson. Unable to come up with the great D. And
I think we're talking a career night now for Weddle. 30 points. 8 of 14 now from beyond the arc. 11 of 21 overall. And he's dished out an assist as Coach Campbell huddles up with his assistants. 6 minutes and 5 seconds away from Ohio Valley Conference regular season crown. 39 is the career high for Weddle. And we still had 6 minutes.
He's approaching field goals, 14. He attempted 28. It was all against Samford last year on March the 4th. That was the playoff game, if I'm correct.
Almost a year ago, yeah. It was the home conference game they had here in the tournament.
One away from 3-point field goals made. He's got 8. His career high is 9.
A big week this week for Murray State. A big week for these Skyhawks after the loss to Murray State, Robin. If they go 1-2 in the tournament, you could see them play again. Here comes Shingles. Trying to set it in the opposite corner for Harper. Knocked away. I think Hudson got a hand on it.
That's what I like to see by Hayes. In there getting position. Going to take the flop.
He's giving up some height to Fareed. He's not giving up any strength. Fareed calling for the ball now. Instead, they'll work it to the other side of the lane. Wow, there's a flush from Buchanan.
But it doesn't count. Steps.
Oh, my goodness.
Buchanan, who's player of the week.
OVC player of the week, yeah.
Averaged 28 points per game. A little off of that tonight, but that was impressive.
Hudson to Weddle. Almost threw it away. Yep. Called for a double dribble. Coach Campbell can't believe it. What do you think? He tried to leave it all for Weddle, who never touched it.
Well, he went out and got it, so that counts as a dribble, does it not? Although if both hands were on it when he passed it, then yes, that is correct call. Means that he dribbled with both hands and picked up the ball.
Thanks for the clarification. May Stallworth throws it away. Yep, that's turnover number, nope. They say the Skyhawks touched it last, apparently. And Charlie Deal is up on his feet. Tell him what for, Charlie.
You can see the top, the bottom of Charlie from the top of the screen. That side of the crowd did not appreciate that call whatsoever.
Oh, they had a good look at it. Nice double down there from Weddle.
Reed really having trouble trying to get the ball out.
Harper may have to force something here. He'll try it. Off the back iron. Weddle with the rebound. That's the second. Oh, that's the first rebound tonight for Marquis.
It doesn't matter. He scored 30.
Hudson almost got that rainbow three. 4:40 left. 15-point Tennessee Martin lead. Morehead's going to make a move. They better do it quick. And there's another steal. They're just dribbling into traffic and saying, here. And Hudson will go to the line. Harper with his fourth.
Well, the one thing that you like about what Hudson doing is he's forcing them to react to him. When you've got numbers, go ahead and take it to him. But you're right. They are just dribbling in and just thinking, well, I'll go in and try and get a shot. Obviously, this team is feeling they can't hit the three tonight. They are 3 of 15, so struggled a little bit from three-point range. The interior has been their buddy. Points in the paint, they've got 30 on the night compared to UTM's 18.
Hudson with 22. He scored 20 or more points and now in 28 straight games before the Murray game.
Yep.
But he's going to start another streak tonight.
Probably will.
Making both free throws. 23 for Lester. Here's a May Stallworth three attempt that's missing, and Lane on the rebound. Tennessee Martin continuing to push the issue. What a move from Lester, but it fell short.
Hudson, 2 straight games without 20 points. The EKU he only had 17, but another big game by Marquis.
Well, Lane tried to sell it, but the Shingles 2 will go.
I don't know what in the world you could ask for more. I mean, there was contact.
Yeah, Lane wasn't trying to sell that. He actually got hit. That's a guy you like to have out on the floor late in the game with the ball. Or that guy.
That's a good idea to bring it back out, run a little clock.
Both teams with 18 fouls. Possession era favors Morehead.
A little liberal on the 5-second call. That's the defense wasn't there. I don't know. This guy's woo, and he hears from several people on that side. A lot of unhappy folk on the home side.
Very vocal with their disagreement.
But it was a good idea by Lester. Run some clock. You've got a 15-point lead down to 3:26. Got a 2-minute break right here. Go ahead and take it. Enjoy it. You're 3:26 away from your first OVC crown.
They will have, as we've been told, a trophy presentation should they hold on and win here. And then we'll be joined by the Tennessee Martin head coach, Brent Campbell, in his 10th season. Former assistant at Austin Peay. Coming to Tennessee Martin in the late 90s. About to move to his 7th OVC tournament. And he'll coach his 2nd OVC Player of the Year.
Well, let's face it, up until last year, UTM, a lot of people felt underachieved at times. And sometimes it takes you a little while to figure things out. And for Brett, I think it did just take a little time to understand how the OVC is going as he was putting together his team. And once he did, he really got everything rolling. And we'll talk to Brett about this. We've got a real good question about it. An interview we did with him 2 years ago. We'll remind him of it in a little bit.
15-point game. There's a nice sweet jumper, courtesy of Harper. (70-57). Hudson is fouled, and we'll see a dose of free throws.
So that's not who they're wanting to foul.
Lester came in 87%. He is 6 of 6, so he's up around 88, close to 89%. And that's the 5th foul.
Harper is fouled out of the game. 9 points in the game for Harper. We haven't seen the last of that young man, sophomore out of Nashville. Very promising point guard. Little hug.
Where do you play high school ball?
I've tried to find that, Russ, and I can't.
You don't ask him? He's just sitting right down to your right. He's not going back in the game.
You want me to go down there and talk to him?
Well, I don't know.
A little consoling?
I don't know about right now. Hudson free throw is good. Lester with 24.
They didn't bring media guides, so I'm not really sure.
Well, another free throw from Lester is good. Clayton will come in, and Weddle will get a breather. And a nice hand should be coming here for Marquis.
Well, people who recognize what's going on.
30 for Weddle. Not a career night, but one he'll never forget. Stallworth try the 3 anyway, and now they're starting to hit from out there.
May Stallworth has played this whole second half basically with 4 fouls.
And all 12 of his points in the second half.
Yeah.
12-point game, 2.5 left. Not fouling right now. Morehead just going to play good defense and allow Tennessee Martin to run the shot clock down. Clayton says, I want a 3.
Ookie!
Everyone else is hitting a 3. I want a 3 too.
Yeah, that's his first points of the night. Like we said earlier, whether he scores or not, it's the defense that he plays that matters. And you're right, Morehead's starting to light it up. Hill with his first 3.
The 3-point shootout. 12-point game again, 1:55. They have numbers. Rodewall with a flush.
Jarrow in command. Nice dish by Elijah Day-Hay.
14-point game, and this crowd starting to sense it. Long 3 missed. Rebound. And Hill will try it. Long rebound again. This time tapped out to Hudson. What does he want to do?
He'll back it out. Whoa. Hello.
Saw an opening. Oh, my goodness.
Just when you think I'm going to go out, waste some clock, a few extra points on you.
27 for Lester. They're starting to celebrate here at the Elam Center. Look at Hay come out and play defense.
And why is he out there playing that type of defense? A little too far out.
It's 4th foul.
You don't want to stop the clock. It's that type of situation in close games that could really hurt you. This young man, Fareed's going to fix him to come out of the game. And Russ.
14 and 15.
Yeah, just a sophomore. He's going to be a dominant player in this conference.
Robin, Joe B's in the game. Joe Bailey here on senior day. This one in hand, up 16. Coach Donnie Tyndale empties his bench. Joe B almost with a rebound there. Let's see if we can get Joe B some looks. You know Hudson will try to get him the ball. And we're under a minute left.
Yeah, Lester's waiting for him to come back. There he is.
Somebody set a screen for him. Oh, he's going to try. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Rimmed out on him. OVC regular season champions. The runner is missed. Rodewall with a rebound. Now they've got it set up. Hudson, bounce pass. Bailey, try it again. Ooh, short again.
Somebody needs to foul.
Rodewall didn't want to. It'd be his 5th. There's a 3 that's missed off the back iron. 12 seconds left.
There you go.
There you go. Nice job. And a nice hand as some of the regulars will come off the floor. Championship trophy presentation coming up. They're going to cut down the nets, then we'll get a word with Coach Campbell.
.27 in the game for Hudson. He had 13 rebounds as well.
Mapondo in, MJ Brown, Darren Hood, Araza Ball, and here's Joe B. Well, there's an intentional foul called.
Wow.
And Bailey will get a chance. Is it on Bailey?
No. No, it is on number 25, Lamb. The official not liking what he saw in that situation.
There won't know Bailey's trying to get the...
No, it is on Bailey, sorry. Bailey with a little horse collar and takedown.
Coach Campbell looks over at him and says, let's just calm down. We're going to celebrate it in 3.2 seconds. 79-63.
They're wanting to review the foul. So they wanting to review the exact foul.
.2 seconds left in the game, 79-63. And here's another look at the foul. And they're looking at it again.
Ugly way to end the championship night. So, interesting way to end the game. I think what they're trying to decide, Russ, is that a flagrant? If that's a flagrant, then Joe is ejected.
Coach Tyndale probably tell him, he said, look, this game's pretty much over. Just go ahead and do what you got to do. We don't need a conference here. We're going to have one anyway, but he and Brett both kind of acknowledged that when they met at half court with the officials. .69-63, 3.2 left. Again, Joe Bailey felt like that he was pressured, harassed, bumped, scraped, hit.
Well, Joe B wanted that shot.
Yeah,
you know, it's his last game. But I think that's what they're trying to discuss, exactly what's going on.
And into the spotlight now is John Lamb. March goes in like a lion, but not out like a lamb tonight. And Lamb's in the books.
They were fighting over the ball. Joe B. horse-collared him. It was a good takedown.
Huh. Coach Simpson. Coach Simpson up there loved that one.
So not a flagrant. That's good news.
Appreciate the officials with the horse collar takedown of our headset as well.
Well, they love our equipment.
That's the ball game. OVC champions of the regular season, the Tennessee Martin Skyhawks, 79-65 over the Eagles of Morehead State.
Monster night for Marquis Weddle. 30 points in the game for him. 8 of 14 from three-point range. Anytime Morehead cut it to single digits during this contest, several times in the second half, or actually 2 times that were big, Marquis came up with some big points. Nailed some big threes. And was able to get the lead back out to double-digit range. And he had a pretty good backcourt mate tonight to assist him in Lester Hudson. 27 in the game for him. 5 assists, 13 rebounds. He left, no doubt, who the OVC Player of the Year is going to be. 7 times this year he has been OVC Player of the Week. He has gone further, and I think there's little doubt that anyone can say that he would be OVC Player of the Year. There's a OVC regular season conference championship being awarded to Lester Hudson and the Skyhawks. Long eluded this club a regular season championship. Something Lester Hudson came back for, Russ. Is that
he, as you said, and we talked about it briefly in that first half, he had his chances to go pro and play professional basketball, whether it be here or overseas, but he had that chance, and it was there for him. And that shows a lot of the person of Lester Hudson to come back.
Yeah, I think that's something that he wanted. His teammates appreciated that kind of effort. You can see the emotion on his face. Just amazing what he's able to accomplish so far this season. Like we said, 7-time OVC Player of the Week. Did not dip below 20 points in a game until the Murray State game and then the EKU game. But still, above 15 points every single game. Del Rico Lane.
He's having fun.
They're loving it.
And what a big plus that guy has been to this team as Coach Campbell gets a hug from his wife. Tennessee Martin 39% now from the floor to finish things up. They forced 17 turnovers, and look at the points off turnovers. 30. That's the difference in the game tonight. That and the three-point shooting from one Marquis Weddle. 8 of 14, 11 of 21 overall, and 30 points. Again, Hudson with 27. Just a solid night for Tennessee Martin, and a nice way to close things out. In the regular season, they're still going to have one more game to play, Robin, on this floor.
Yeah, before a packed house, hopefully. I mean, they need this kind of crowd coming up on the home court, home game that they'll be having. And one thing that you can say about UTM and the Skyhawk play so far this season, on this floor, they've been tenacious. But I think the past two games that we've seen from them, teams with winning records, not only in conference play but overall, in EKU and Morehead State, they have been tenacious with their defense. Held Morehead to 65 points in this one, and were able to really dictate exactly what they wanted to do against EKU just the other night. Lester Hudson, though, 37 minutes played. A lot of minutes, Russ. That means 3 minutes somehow he got a break. Somewhere along the line, they were able to get 3 minutes out of the clock for him. He's a workhorse. He's fun to watch. 21 wins for the Skyhawks. That is a school record in the regular season. Have a chance to keep upping that. They have now bought themselves at least, now understand, at least an automatic berth into the NCAA tournament. That doesn't mean that that's what they want. They, of course, want, the NIT tournament. They want to get into the NCAA tournament with a conference win and get that automatic berth. But with the regular season championship, they are awarded an NIT automatic berth. You see Brett Campbell, he's talking with 10-year broadcaster Chris Brinkley, who was featured so nicely in the Jackson Sun here recently. They're going to cut down the nets. DeJero Whiterwald is taking a snip. Or fixing to take a snip.
Well, it took 10 years and Coach Campbell coming to the campus for this to finally happen, and he has had some talented players in the past. You were talking about, Robert, the Jared Newsoms, the Kellys, the Cleaves inside, and those guys, and just really got the right mixture to put together. Finally did so this year. We'll get a chance to talk with Coach Campbell. We're going to have an extended post game. Brett again talking with Chris Brinkley, Tom Britt, and good to see Tom back out here at the Kathleen and Tom Elam Center. Tom, a colleague of ours, a dear friend, and he's been doing this for a long time over on the radio.
Years.
Yeah, over on the radio side. Working with Chris, who was the feature in the Jackson Sun article earlier in the week.
Living the dream, Russ. Living the dream is what Chris said. And right now he's having a very good dream.
Skyhawks 14-4, 21-8 now overall. And again, locking up the top spot, sole possession of that top spot. And they'll play number 8. Whomever number 8 is, we could speculate. We'll know more in a couple of hours. And definitely know next week when we see that number 8 squad come here. Of course, we will have that broadcast on WLJT when Tennessee Martin will do battle here in the opening round of the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament. Again, the top 4 teams hosting, and then the semifinals will move to a neutral site in Nashville for the semifinals and finals. Coach Campbell making his way over to our broadcast locale.
It's either going to be Tech or Jacksonville State. Oh, going to have the trophy.
Oh, my goodness.
They're giving that to us.
My goodness, we're going to take this home.
Yeah, why not?
Do they really need to see me? They don't need to see me. I'll just
the trophy.
Just the trophy.
Just
that's
the
right.
trophy.
That's it, and then we'll go back to the trophy.
You can peek out just a little bit.
I think this is fitting. Coach Campbell still getting some congratulations.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Coach, for this interview, I won't let the trophy cover me up because they don't want to see me. They want to see the trophy. Coach, congratulations. We talked about, I think, mid-January. You had a good feeling about this team, and you felt good about the way they were playing. Talk about from then until now. And again, congratulations on the OVC title.
Thank you very much. It's quite an honor. I'm very proud of our players, our coaches, and everything that they've worked hard for all season, and certainly deserving so. This has been a great group, a very focused basketball team, and they just continue to show people how bad they won a championship, and I'm really proud for them tonight.
Well, Coach, 2 years ago, we were in this gym, disappointing season. Each interview was a labor, really, in a way. And you came over, you had this sort of a smirk, and we asked you, what's in the cupboard for UTM coming up? And you had a little smirk came over your face about that time. And you were thinking about Marquis Weddle and Lester Hudson. You had seen them play. We haven't at this level and practiced with the team in a way, and just what they've been able to do in the gym and what they were able to do late last season, and I thought really getting toward the semifinals, and you were frankly a point away from getting to the NCAA tournament, I thought. And then also what they've done this year, that is really just, I know you look back and it's like, wow, these guys have so much potential. And if we can just harness that, I mean, you've done a great job, and your staff has done a great job with these guys.
Well,
so far.
you know, players make a difference. There's no question about it. And we did. We had a few years ago, we struggled. It was a tough year. We had guards who couldn't make shots. They were wonderful young men, but they just struggled making shots. And, you know, we did. We knew we had some talented players sitting on the sidelines, and it didn't take long for them to figure out things here. And, again, like you said last year, I thought we were a point away from getting to the NCAA tournament. I think we remember that night very well, how somber we were in the locker room, and I think that helped get us hungry for tonight and for this opportunity to win an OVC championship. And by no means is our job done. We're focused to go win this tournament, but boy, this is a night's pit stop right here, win an OVC championship outright.
I know what it meant to you to see Lester come back to the team after going through the NBA trials during the summer. What did it mean to the team? I mean, that had to be so uplifting to the rest of the teammates.
Well, you know, it did. He's such a talented player, but he makes everybody else better. And when you have a Lester Hudson on your team, you know, anything's possible. And just having him come back, I think when that all transpired, I think in the long run that was his best decision for him personally. Obviously, it was a great decision for us, but for him personally, I think it will set him apart in this year's draft, and I think it will really set him up for a nice future in the NBA. But again, obviously, our players were ecstatic when he decided to come back, and what he's meant for this basketball program.
Let's look at tonight's game, Coach. At times, it had to be like, give it to Marquis. My gosh.
He was unreal tonight. And that's the Marquis of old that we know. And he's really been showing signs here as of late and stepping up and playing a little bit more focused and making shots. And, boy, he got on a roll, and that's what he brings to this basketball team. And when he's on, and we've talked about that throughout the year, when he's on, we're a different basketball team. We can run away against some people, and I think that's what we did tonight.
Well, there's something that they can't take away from you, Coach. Congratulations. You deserve it. You've worked so hard for all these years, and we appreciate the time that you give us, and I know the hard work that you put into these kids and this program as well.
Well, I appreciate that, and everything WLJT does for this program as far as getting our games out in West Tennessee and giving us exposure. That means a lot for our basketball program. This certainly helps enormously to get us on the landscape of college basketball. And I can't say enough how proud I am of my coaching staff that continues to prepare our players every night and our players for continuing to be focused every single night.
Coach, one more here on the home floor, and we'll have the opportunity to come back and be with you next week, and we're looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it, too. We'll see you Tuesday night.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Brett Campbell, the head coach of the Tennessee Martin Skyhawks, as they have the hardware, Robin. They get the victory 79-65 over Morehead State and wrap up the top spot in the Ohio Valley Conference, the regular season title, and, of course, hosting here next week in the OVC tournament.
Yeah, this is something that you knew could happen. You were anticipating it. A lot of the people around the conference were figuring, well, UTM, they've got Lester Hudson. What else do they have? Well, they've showed it tonight what else they have. They have Marquis Weddle, who is just magical. Del Rico Lane, to me, has been the difference maker on this team. But you throw in a Reuben Clayton who's able to come out and give you some great defense and bonus points at times. This is the other guys, Hay and Rydewald inside. Magical night here for UTM.
And again, we'll be back next week. Solid job by our entire crew. You see all the fine folks who make this broadcast possible. 79-65 the final. The Skyhawks, OVC champions in the regular season. And for our entire crew, Robin Francis, Russ Barker, so long, everybody.
Tune in for Bruce Springsteen with the 17-piece Sessions Band, recorded live in Dublin.
Monday night at 8:30.